Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel where we'll be reviewing Season 1, Episode 2, Bart the Genius.
We'll start with the opening sequence. Now for this episode and for the early series, this was the extended version, which had Bart still in the bus stop. So all the passengers waiting there just had to watch as the bus speeds past.
And then Lisa with the books on the bike.
Lisa with the books on the bike, which bounce as well. Getting into the episode, it starts off with the family playing Scrabble, getting ready for Bart's
aptitude test.
Yep. Even early on here, although it's not not mentioned that Lisa is the brains of the family.
It's hinted.
Especially in the case of you've got Marge and Homer just putting generic words down, and then Lisa puts down ID, or as Homer thinks it's ID, even though Lisa's like, no, it's id, and then explains that one. Then Bart just he doesn't want to be playing it anyway, so he puts down the whole Quidgy sets up the fact that he isn't interested, he's not very bright.
Takes after his father, basically.
Yeah, and then gets out, tries to get out of it with the whole bald dumb
North
ape
American ape
with no chin. But yeah, Homer in this episode goes for a few different guises. As you say, he starts off, he's trying to be a supportive father, then he gets
angry when Bart cheated.
Yeah, then also after Bart spray paints the wall and get caught by Skinner, even though it was Martin who dobbed him in, which early on he's portrayed as a bit of a grass with this, and reminding Mrs. Krabappel that Bart has to face the window.
And outside he was trying to get Bart into trouble anyway, pulling faces.
Yeah.
While he was meant to be reading a book. But who would, after you finish the test, to let you go outside and read a book anyway?
So, later on in the series, he's trying more to fit in. He does have a bit more fun, but this one it's more he's put across as the brainiac, even though, as we find out in this episode, his IQ is
216.
Yeah, and getting back to Homer, he's annoyed at the fact that then he finds out Principal Skinner wants him to pay for the damages due to Bart's graffiti, so he's angry at that. But then once Bart is then revealed to be this child genius,
he starts to be a father figure again. He starts to be nice to Bart.
Yeah. Offers Bart his tie when he's having breakfast, but he's like, nah, I'm not going to wear a tie. But then later on, when he realises that everybody in the class wears a tie, he then gives it to him and helps him fasten it and all this.
Then gives him a bit of encouragement before he goes into the classroom.
And actually asks about how his day is, which Homer doesn't really seem to do.
Then
in
Bart
later
goes,
series,
Oz, and he goes, what's that, boy? That's backwards for so-so. Wow.
Because in later series, he doesn't even show an interest in his kids, and the fact he doesn't remember Maggie half the time.
The only interest he's shown in the series is probably frigging beer and how many jobs he's had.
Which, surprisingly, in this episode, he doesn't actually go to work in this episode.
No, he doesn't. No.
Which becomes a trait later on in the series anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then when he's given Bart a bath after the experiment that Bart obviously knew nothing about, which he blew the school up with, he then gets annoyed once Bart tells him the truth, even though Bart's trying to convey the fact that, yeah, he's enjoyed being with Homer and how much he loves him. And then we get the infamous "Why You Little" for the first time in the series. Marge trying to question the fact of what's happened, and Lisa's like,
he's dumb again.
Yep.
In this episode, Milhouse, he wasn't much of a friend to Bart, because when Bart went back to the school trying to talk to his friends,
tells him to get lost playing Dexter.
Yeah, he acts like he's hard, or
so no wonder why in other episodes in the series Bart treats him like garbage sometimes.
Exactly.
Also, this episode, as we say, Martin Prince, is his first appearance.
And Mrs. Krabappel's first appearance.
although he's not his first, Principal Skinner has a more involved role in this with the whole graffiti angle, and they're getting the school therapist in, wanting Bart to take the aptitude test again, but as soon as it's mentioned by the doctor that they should move into another school,
You couldn't get rid of him quick enough.
so basically planting the seed straight away that Bart and Skinner just don't like each other whatsoever. Then in this episode, Marge is more the central figure, more the parental figure, who's the sternest out of the two of them. For instance, when they go to the opera.
Yeah, but Bart, even Lisa was actually trying to mess around, and Marge goes to Homer, stop encouraging them. It's like...
Yeah. And then part of the episode, Marge is trying to work out the word nurture.
Nurturing.
You've got Homer, who isn't smart to begin with, but you've got supposedly smart genius Bart. They're both stumped by it, and Lisa's just like, straight away, nurture.
Straight away, yeah. Then Marge goes, you're magnificent brain.
Yeah. Although, before Bart goes on his first morning going to the new school, you got Marge trying to encourage him to eat more healthily, but Homer's like, don't be silly. It's like, it must be some of the nutrients that are in this cereal.
Lisa,
and
you
then,
can have some.
Yeah, encouraging Lisa, have a backup just in case Bart's brain explodes. Even though that's so ironic now, considering we all know how Lisa is the smartest of the family, basically.
And is this the only episode where Marge is portrayed to like actual opera? I don't think there's an... Maybe, but...
I think it has been shown, but at the same point, this episode I don't think actually showed it as her liking opera. It was more the fact of, I think she believed that by doing the opera, although Bart and Homer didn't go, there was the movie festival as well, or film festival.
Yeah.
But I think she was just doing that because the parental thing they have when they discover new things about the kids, like when they get smart, it's like, oh, this sort of thing is the nurturing part of it, sort of thing. So I don't think that was for Marge's benefit. I think it was more the case of, well, Bart's a genius now, and this is the sort of thing that geniuses do, which was emphasised as well at the opera with Martin and his family being there.
Yeah,
which is a bit funny, considering he's the dunce in this episode.
Yeah. And another thing, at the school, when Bart was having his lunch, he actually did trading with the lunches with the...
Yeah, they were given them the different measurements, but because they're smart, they were given the measurements on different planets and all this, and because Bart's not that bright, he was like, oh, well, that sounds like the bigger measurements, so I must be getting a better deal. And basically just get the short end of the stick all the time. He'd have his massive sandwich swap for a small grape. He'd lose a full carton of milk for a couple of drops of somebody else's, and then in the end just gave up and just gave his muffin away to the final child. Also, although it was the case of, oh, there's no rules here apart from make your own rules up, you think, oh, no schoolwork then.
Yeah, exactly, but then you had to go to the tables and introduce and then do some work there, yeah.
And they have the whole free will
debate,
and then it's like...
Bart goes, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Which gets him off the hook. But also a small note as well, this episode you also have the first appearance of the Radioactive comic books, although the character that's on the front cover of this one is just a generic character. It doesn't look anything like the Radioactive man you get now. Even the suit was a different colour. I think it was blue. But again, it was never emphasised whether this is where Bart got his love for Radioactive Man from anyway, or just the fact of the Radioactive Man comic. I'll take it anyway, just to read it. But yeah, even though Bart gets into this school by having the high score, which obviously he's got from swapping paper with Martin at no point throughout the series, even though he's shown to be smart, and Lisa herself.
Yeah, Lisa, yeah. She's not been known to
although Lisa, I think some episodes Lisa was, they did sort of talk about a better school, but I think it's finances. But Martin, his family seems to be...
Yeah,
he seems to come across
well
as
off.
being well-off. But at the same point, Martin's never gone to a smart school, never hidden the fact that he is a smart pupil. So I don't understand that one.
He's a teacher's pet, put it that way.
Yeah.
And in the earlier series, well, this episode, Bart didn't have a best friend like later series. Yeah, he had Milhouse.
Yeah, this is it.
Right, but
This
in the
is
early
it.
series, Bart didn't have an actual one friend who he thought he was his best friend.
Yeah, although you did have Milhouse in this. Milhouse has still not been established as his best friend. I think Lewis was in
Lewis
this.
was.
And
Not sure.
and there was another one, but Lewis and that one have always been background characters. So it's been Milhouse who's been the best friend, but in this episode,
He's just somebody who hangs around with at school, not outside of school.
So Bart's just basically portrayed as a loner in this one, and obviously Lisa just has no friends whatsoever. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode.
Thank you for watching this video.
And stay tuned for the next episode coming up. And thanks for watching.
Thank you.